Live Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. Take what resonates and simply leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'd be glad to assist you with doing so. Okay, this could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates. Like I just said, I think I'm repeating that. Am I collective? And leave the rest for someone else. Tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. All are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated as well. Okay. First card that we have here, collective, is the Moon card. Okay. And this Moon card represents the duality of you. Possibly you are in a thinking pose, thinking energy. Your pause calls. You could be considering some decisions or some choices you would like to make regarding your life, the direction you like to take. Maybe some steps. Maybe you are building a relationship, or you're building some kind of project. Maybe you're in the reflection mode prior to this building of this relationship or this project. So I'm picking up on someone, who's simply just reflecting on what direction or what move they should take or make next. And Spirit is saying for you not to be so hard on yourself. You see the different colors here represents the polarity of life and of us individuals as humans here in the Matrix. And so these two here represent possibly, the shadow side, deep suppressed emotions and feelings regarding yourself, how you feel about yourself, people, places, and things that you have experienced, pain, hardships that you have endured. Maybe there are some situations, collective, that you have not addressed. Maybe there is some areas in your life that needs to be confronted. And when I say confronted, I'm not talking about a person, but I'm talking about you taking full accountability for whatever negative imprint has been projected or imposed on you in your life. For you simply acknowledging, any pain that you may be feeling, not suppressing it down, because just like spoiled milk, any unhealed part of us in our lives, it will come back up, And when I say use milk, I'm thinking of a baby. If the milk isn't right, the baby will let you know, right? You try to, burp them, and that milk isn't fresh, it isn't right, it'll come up, that baby will let you know, look, this is not right. Good, right on your shoulder, okay, and you get a little surprise. And so that's the same thing when we have emotions, feelings, or any kind of pain in our life that we have not addressed or chosen to heal. And I'm speaking of simply getting in the mirror and being able to look at yourself. Look at yourself through your two windows, through the two eyes, in your skull, look in the mirror and look at yourself and just take full accountability for any event that you have taken part in. This is between you and the divine. This is between you and your higher self. And Spirit is saying it's important for you to not suppress these feelings or these emotions. If it isn't pain or some kind of experience that has left a negative imprint on you that needs to be addressed, meaning you need to forgive yourself. Okay, I'm not speaking of confronting anyone off. We're not talking about being physically confrontational, but actually forgiving yourself, not ignoring it, not disregarding it, but looking in the mirror and saying, you know what, this is me. This is a part of me. Yes, it happened. And if, anything, any part I played in it, I take full accountability. But I'm choosing today to forgive myself. I'm choosing today to move forward. And that way you'll be able to release any imposed blockages or self-stagnation that you may be feeling. There could be a particular direction in your life that you feel things just aren't moving as they should. Maybe you feel you're putting out harder than you're supposed to. That's because there's one wolf on this side and two on this side. So there's a double portion of the shadow side of who you are, things that you choose not to deal with, topics that you choose not to address. Okay, I'm picking up on someone who may have been mishandled, maybe as a young child, or, maybe mishandled or disregarded. And maybe when this topic is brought up in the family, it's different for everyone, but put it where it resonates for you. Maybe your family is likely to sweep it under the rug. There's a lot of families and a lot of people who like to ignore and become oblivious when it comes to healing or addressing the elephant in the room or addressing the pedo in the family or addressing the pedo in the family. But Spirit is saying there's a way that you can heal this and release this yourself. You do not have to carry this pain. You do not have to continue to sweep it under the rug. Nor do you have to continue to engage or reside the rest of your life around these people whom choose to maybe protect this person who was disrespectful or just didn't consider you, as a small child. Maybe they were handsy with you. I have to be mindful of my words, collective. But those who know, if you have experienced any dis-ease or discomfort in your life, if it resonates, don't force it to fit. But often when you have families who like to sweep things under the rug, that is a lineage that needs, increasingly more healing because there's a lot of things that are being suppressed. And people tend to think that just because you have a lot of material goods. Maybe you have a beautiful home, a fancy car, or you have maybe a good career. You live a life where you have a lot of money. Okay, you're comfortable. If you're not wealthy, you're comfortable. People tend to think that they can dress up or camouflage the pain or damage that has been done, to a person or to a family, or if they choose to protect the pedo in the family. Okay, it happens. Okay, and so Spirit is saying this is nothing for you to be ashamed of. But what I'm speaking of, this can be done privately between you and Source or the divine or whatever your belief system is. All is welcome on this channel, but there's no need for you to continue to sit on the hurt and the pain, because I'm picking up on someone who from time to time this energy comes up, this memory comes up. And even if you have to do some kind of burning bowl ritual or any kind of ritual, whatever works for you personally, you can do research on that on your own time to find a way to get rid of this energy that you feel is attached to you, that it keeps popping up. You have a wonderful family, you have beautiful children you love your career, you're traveling the world abroad, but every now and then that memory comes up of what was done to you. And whenever you want to or chosen to try to address it, maybe you had a parent or an uncle or aunt or any family member or someone close to you, you wanted to confide in them, they never wanted to discuss it or address it. Everyone wanted to be hush hush. And the sad thing about this is the more we stay quiet, about those who choose to be handsy with other people, the more that this person will continue to hurt more people, the more you stay quiet about it. Okay. So Spirit is saying, if you have chosen to separate yourself from this family because they're choosing to protect this person, that you are on the right path and the right mission. Especially if you have children yourself, you do not want your child to become a victim as you were. Okay. Very deep, collective, very deep. Okay. But there is a way for you to release this pain here with this moon energy. Okay. It is not the end all be all, and you're not the only one. Okay. Source is saying you are not the only one. And this is not your cross or your burden to carry. This person whom the family is protecting, this person whom the family is refusing to basically front this person off and let them know, we know what you did, male or female, because females are handsy too with people from time to time, we know what you did and we don't want you at the family gatherings. We know what you did and no, you're just not welcome here. And so since your family isn't giving you that support, it's okay for you to separate yourself. You are not indebted to them. Nowhere is it written that you should continue to self-sacrifice yourself and remain attached to any person, place, or thing that does not serve you, collective, for your highest good. Okay. So release your guilt. Okay. Spirit is saying release your guilt as well as they want you to release your pain. Okay. The next card we have here is the Page of Bibles. And I love the Page of Bibles because of what it represents. This represents untapped potential. This represents gifts and, talents and skills that you have. And you could have maybe 2 or 3, whomever, someone's watching this video or will see this video who has 2 or 3 gifts or skills. And you are so dope. You are so talented. And maybe you have been complimented on this, and maybe you have had people say, you should expand on that. Maybe you should do that for a living, but you probably shrug it off and said, nah. Possibly you felt that you couldn't never see yourself doing that as a career. Maybe you thought no one would maybe want to buy your product or patronize your service. But Spirit is saying, wrong. You're very talented. You're very gifted. And that's the reason for you going on this journey of cleansing and releasing all pain and burdens that have been opposed. Okay, that's different, or inflicted or projected onto you throughout your childhood, or possibly your teenage or adulthood for that matter. Okay, you could have someone close to you. I'll keep picking this energy up, who may have been handsy with you. Okay. All right, who may have been handsy with you inappropriately, okay? And this person is remaining in the family, okay? And so it's okay that you separated yourself. And Spirit is saying that they want you to work on your healing and your progress and that untapped potential, because you have it, okay? You have it. You have lots of gifts, you have lots of talents, you have lots of skills, but you have to see yourself. In order to be in a particular position that you desire in your life, you have to see yourself in that energy. If you want to become a doctor, you have to see yourself being a doctor. If you want to be a lawyer, you have to see yourself being a lawyer, and et cetera, et cetera. It goes for anything that you desire and that you want. But it is possible for you to tap into these gifts and also be successful. And Spirit does not want you to miss out on your opportunity. Once again, you are not the only one who has been maybe, inappropriately, not considered, having someone close to you be handsy with you. That's the word I'm going to use. And maybe you shared this when it happened. Maybe you shared this, like I said, with the family or with your mother or with your father, okay, or with anyone who you thought you could confide in, and they shrugged it off. And Spirit is also saying, whenever you get someone who becomes angry when you bring up a topic of someone maybe inappropriately handling you, they're just someone who condones that kind of behavior, and they have to be dealt with, on their own timing regarding that issue. And that's sad to say, but it's true. Whomever it was that you confided in, and I'm picking up that really hurt you. It really broke your heart as well. You thought you could trust this person. This person could have accused you of being a liar, saying you're making up stories. You're trying to ruin their relationship. Maybe they told you something like, I'm not leaving my husband or my man for you. Okay. Maybe this circulated around the family. I'm picking up on a whole lot of energy here. But either way, and it could have been a male or a female, this energy here, you do not have to reside. You can break the generational curse of this family, allowing this person to consistently be inappropriate with family members and friends, and no one is saying or doing nothing about it. They're standing by and they're condoning the behavior. And so just like this card here represents the pain that you have suppressed, well, they have to carry their own cross and their own burdens for ignoring you, disregarding you, not protecting you, not supporting you. They will have their energy and emotions and karmic ties that they have to clear and address in their own timing. But you do not have to carry the lies that this family, or friend, whomever this person is connected to, you do not have to carry their lies. You do not have to carry their cross for them. It's time for you to release and realize that it is not your fault. It is not your fault that this has happened to you. Okay. And if you're dealing with another situation that's not regarding, someone being inappropriate with you, maybe there's something you've done in your life that you feel guilty about. Okay. Spirit is telling me to go back to the moon card. So I have to go back to a collective. Maybe there's something else. Okay. It could be something, maybe it just bothers your conscience when you think of it. That is the past. The past is gone. We cannot go back there. Spirit is saying you're already forgiven. You're already forgiven. Stop being so hard on yourself. You are already forgiven. You're here. You're hearing this video. You're listening to this message. This is not coincidence. This is confirmation. You just need to forgive yourself so that you can release, that double bag of guilt, that dark cloud that you feel is hanging over your head. Spirit is saying you are loved, you matter, you are still accounted for. Do not disregard yourself just because you have maybe made a mistake. We all make mistakes in life. No one is exempt. No one is perfect, okay? And so if you feel guilty about something you have done, and I'm talking about something as simple as, I don't know, maybe you forgot to pay your tithes. Yeah, I'm gonna go there. You didn't pay them, and you're beating yourself up. Oh, I didn't pay them all. Spirit is saying you're already forgiven. Okay, all right. Maybe you bought the wrong cheese. You didn't put the cheese that the family liked in the mac and cheese. You bought a different brand. You're already forgiven. Okay. So this could be anything that you feel is nagging at you, collective, something that pops up in the back of your mind. You're experiencing life, you're moving forward, you have a family, you could be married, like I said, but this one little thing keeps egging at you. Spirit is saying you are the creator as well. Don't forget, there's a portion of you that also you're creating your own world on a daily basis. We all are. We all are creating our own simulation here. And so on a daily basis, be mindful because, things, thoughts, turns into things. Be mindful of what you're allowing yourself to absorb. Okay. So you're already forgiven. So forgive yourself and tap into this untapped potential here. Because the next card we have here is the Nine of Hellfires. The Nine of Hellfires is similar to the Nine of Pentacles. This is abundance. This is prosperity. This is being in the energy of being able to rest and rejuvenate, being able to live a different life, a life where you can vacation when you want to, possibly be your own boss. Okay. So that's why Spirit is saying it's very important for you to tap into this untapped potential, your gifts, your talents. Okay. Never mind. You cannot please them all. You're not here to please people. You're not here to live a life and make choices according to what you think other people will think and feel. When something is nudging you, you're receiving spiritual nudges, whoever you are, to get started on this craft or maybe advertise more. I'm picking up. People need to see your work. People need to see your skill. Even if this is uploading something on social media, whether it's making flyers, making business cards. Okay, you may say, you know what, there's a whole lot of tattoo artists on social media. So what? But we have not seen yours. You may say there's a whole lot of barbers, but guess what? We haven't seen how you cut. There's a lot of nail techs. We haven't seen your nails. Okay, so no one can do it like you do it, collective. And Spirit wants you to know that because we are all uniquely, individually, divinely created. Okay. All right. And no one is perfect. We all, have, the duality exists in all people, places, and things. So, stop kicking yourself down so hard. Just stop kicking yourself, whoever you are, because it's not that deep. Don't take it so personal. Okay. It's not that deep. It could all be so simple, okay? The final card we have here is the Devil energy, okay? So you or someone around you could have Capricorn placement in your chart. But this energy here represents you not allowing things to get in your way, okay? The opinions of others, the thoughts of others, the actions of others, never mind what's happening outside of you with other people. Your goal and your job is to stay focused on you, collective, your destiny, your path, your life, the things you want for you. Never mind what Joe Blow down the street is doing. Never mind what Mary Sue is doing, okay? Your goal is to focus on yourself so that you can live a life of peace, contentment, and enjoy the bliss and the beauty, all that life has to offer you while you're here in the matrix on the planet Earth. And so Spirit is saying, don't forget, a portion of you creates your own world each and every day, each and every day. And so thoughts become things. So be mindful. Forgive yourself. And if you need to do maybe some affirmations and look in the mirror and just say, I choose to forgive myself and I choose to move forward. You can just say something as simple as that, and with momentum, you'll begin to see things change and shift in your life, especially on the inside about how you feel about yourself. Because the things that happened in the past is in the past. Yes, they happen. No, we're not ignoring them. They're going to keep coming up until you choose to, address them. And the best way you can do that is to use your Heka and confirm, with the source, with the divine, that you are ready to release this. You acknowledge it and you are choosing to move forward. So this concludes the read. I trust and hope it assists you for your highest good.